Yeah, I want to have you further set the stage in terms of what your business landscape was. One of the things that was really innovative when I first met you was what you were doing from an Airbnb side. Can you share what you were doing with Airbnb and how you grew that business side of the business?
Sure. So when I opened, and it's actually a funny situation, but when I opened in April of 2017, I got a call from a gentleman in May saying, "Hey, I've got these Airbnbs. I had this lady that was doing all the cleanings and doing all the laundry and doing all this stuff, and she just flaked out and bailed on me. So I've got these four Airbnbs that I need turned. People are checking in today." And I said, wait a second, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, well, Airbnbs, short-term rentals. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. I said, but you said you got four of them. He's like, yeah, I have these duplexes and there's, here's the units I have. He's like, so I need somebody to come help me out. And we were just open for a month and I had my staff out and of course I'm in here and the phone's not ringing. So I got time. So I said, hey man, I'll come over and let's talk. Went over, I helped him turn all four units. So we got everything squared away, and a couple days later, we sat down and talked about what his business was, what he needed. So I said, all right, we can absolutely help you out. So really, within a week, I brought in, four additional units, right, and I started offering a laundry service as well as a 7-day a week turn service. And it was good, right? Because we were floundering, not say floundering, but we were new, right? So we didn't have that notoriety. So we started working 7 days a week. It gave my staff, additional hours. It gave us an insight into that business. And then I essentially started a whole nother business called Beach Hospitality Services after that. And now I provide all the equipment. I provide the linens, towels, duvets, duvet covers, paper products, soap, shampoo, conditioner, and a laundry service. So we'll go strip everything, clean the place, refill everything, bring it back here, have it laundered professionally. And then next time we go back to that place, we'll bring the clean stuff, strip it, and, rinse and repeat. Right. So yeah, it was a market that was just totally underserved. And having an organization that really did everything from end to end is something that a lot of these hosts or homeowners were looking for.
And I think what's interesting about that is it wasn't, part of the quote unquote business plan when you got started. You had no idea that it was there. And but what I love about it is that when that guy called, you thought, okay, hold on, this is an opportunity. And I think that's where so many people miss is they hear something and they just let it roll off. And you heard something and said, hold on a second. What can I do with this? How can I examine and go deeper into this? And I think that that's something that most people don't do, even though that opportunity shows up, right? And so you're kind of, what's the quote, like if someone doesn't knock on the door, I don't know, shovel your way through or something like that. I'm terrible at quotes, but it's like, hey, like here the door is kind of even opening, I guess, for you, but like you have to like pave that path. And so now that's been something where you've created a completely different division of business off of it on something that you weren't anticipating. And I think that's super rad.
Yeah. And it was, and again, it was really came out of the blue but it was pretty serendipitous from the aspect of I need business. This guy's got his back against the wall. I could solve your problem right now. Right. So, and that has expanded quite a bit. And like I said, we've got a handful of customers through Beach Hospitality and Beach Hospitality and Two Maids and a Mop, essentially work, hand in fist. So it's a great marriage, so to speak, because again, people are getting everything. And we also offer, and I say we offer, but a lot of these people who own these short-term rentals and investment properties, they're not local. So when something goes south, right, like the HVAC goes down or, somebody spills wine on the carpet or whatever, hey, listen, we got it. I got a carpet guy. I've got a painter. I've got whatever you need. And I could essentially help you get that squared away. And I just kind of put people in contact with each other, but they're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured. And if they trust me, hopefully they're going to trust the people that I recommend. And that's worked out really, really well. And given those people that are, 1,000 miles away, a ton of peace of mind that their properties are being taken care of appropriately.
In your world, why does licensed and bonded and some of those other things that you were talking about, why is that so important for the consumer to hear that?
So we live in obviously a military community. Safety is a big deal. People have unique things in their homes just because they've traveled the world. Being licensed, bonded, and insured to me resonates from the aspect that, somebody cares about their business enough to go through the extra hoops to make sure that not only are they protected, but the people that they put inside of somebody else's home are protected, as well as those homeowners. I've got a 20-something year background in insurance, right? So I did, I lived in a dangerous and sexy, environment of insurance claims for 20-something years. And I'll tell you, when things go south, they go south fast, and it's difficult to recover if you don't have the appropriate coverage in place to mitigate that risk. So we're insured properly. Everybody's bonded. I mean, I've got more insurance than I need, and it's the right thing to do, because I don't want somebody in my house that's not licensed, bonded, insured, things like that, because I don't want to be on the hook for somebody's neglect, and I don't want to be on the hook for somebody's inability to make sure that they're running a tight business appropriately.